Hey, what's going on, you wonderful wearers? Welcome to this special edition of the Evil Lair. So yeah, we're going to do something cool here. So today is exactly 1 week before Huey gets here. And we were talking. Huey's from Blastin or Stashin, by the way. If you don't know, I'm over at Blastin or Stashin. I review comic books and stuff like that. And this is where we kind of get the ideas for here. So he's coming here, and myself, Spectacular Spider Grandpa, we're going to do stuff, right? And they wanted to do something in the Evil Lair. So we're going to do something in the Evil Lair, but we're going to do it for you, the faithful followers. What we're going to do is we're going to handcraft our own challenge coin. That's right. So you can decide if you need to blast or stash a comic book. So challenge coins are relatively simplistic to make until you make them yourself. So this is kind of what I was thinking, right? What we're going to do is we're going to do a 2-inch circle, right? And of course the coin has 2 sides to it. And then what we'll do is, just to keep it simple, we'll put a B inside of one, and we'll make it embossed so it kind of sticks out. And then we'll put an S in the other. And what we're going to do is we're going to make this out of Nordic gold. If you're not familiar with Nordic gold, I did a pop out of Nordic gold, and I have some leftover Nordic gold, but it's in these huge chunks, so we got to fix that. So Nordic gold, just for your own personal knowledge, unless you're wondering, is 89% copper, right? And then it's 5% aluminum, right, and 5% zinc, and then last but not least, it's only 1% tin. And you just melt all that together, and then we'll make something kind of like this. It kind of has the color of gold, especially when you shine it up. A lot of currency made out of this stuff. Actually, it's hypoallergenic. So, you know, it doesn't rust, and it can maintain a really good shine. So I think that's what we're going to do. Right? So we got to take this big stuff, and we got to put it into ampoules. Ampoules are just little droplets, because trying to melt all that in one night. So all I'm doing right now is I'm just prepping everything until they get here. So we're not spending a bunch of time prepping things, right? We can just get it done, and you can see it. So hopefully, yeah. Hopefully all this will happen. I don't know, this one's really short. Usually it takes me 30 days to do this stuff. I got a week. So enough of this, I gotta go. ampules are made to kind of make the melting process happen a little faster. So what are we going to do now? We need to make the mold, right? The actual coin out of another material other than metal, because we're going to melt metal to make the metal coin. You following? That seems awkward, right? But that's what we're doing. And we're going to use clay. This is modeling clay. You make dishes, cups, and stuff out of this. My wife ended up with a whole bunch extra after a pottery class, so I said, well, I'm going to use it for something because I don't like throwing away things. So let's switch out the aprons, clean up a table, and see if we can't make a clay coin, dry it, cook it, and that way everything's done. So when the guys get here, we can just heat it up, pour it, and be done with it, and make some coins for some of y'all out there.
With a piece in my hand and bloodshot eyes, I walked to the water for a last goodbye. He begged so much, it clouded my mind. One thing's clear, the man's gotta die. Might makes right, so he said, when he held all the keys over our head. I lived in that grip, but now he'll learn at the end with the tables turned. Lord, forgive me and take me on down the river where the guilt can't find a red-handed sinner. On where the grave can't cry out, 'cause I done wrong. Down the river with a hand on a Colt and a finger on the trigger, and long before dawn they try to find me. So take me on down. Take me on down. Well, I sank that body by the riverbank, caught a boat south, took off like a hurricane. With spotlights, dogs, yeah, the whole 9 yards of breathing down my neck and breathing hard. 2 weeks in a wild chase across the highways, mountains, over 7 states. Found a man at the harbor, said that he could take me across the ocean somewhere far away. Lord, forgive me and take me on down the river where the guilt can't find a red-handed sinner. On where the grave can't cry. I done wrong. Down the river with a hand on a Colt and a finger on the trigger, and long before dawn they try to find me. So take me on down. Take me on down. On the boarding planks now, staring down a barrel at point blank range. I'm made for the water, jumping off the ledge, but not before I get through to the chest. Now there's blood and water filling up my lungs. Blood and water filling up my lungs. My heart is beating like a fading drum. Lord, forgive me, here I come. It take me on. Can't find a red-handed sinner. Oh, where the grave can't cry out, 'cause I done wrong. Down a river with a hand on a Colt and a finger on the trigger, and long before dawn they try to find me. So take me on down. Whoa.
Okay, so here's where we're at. There's our clay coin, right? Blast it or stash it. And then what I did is I glued this kind of straw on it because when we make the mold, I want to make a channel to pour the metal into. So this part of the video is me setting up the sand cast, heating up our metal, hopefully get the pour done, and check out our first couple of examples. Exciting. Let's do it.
I don't know where I'm going, but I don't want to know. A predictable life is not what I want. Putting one foot down, one step at a time. Let the road turn, that's just fine. People ask all the questions that box you in. To classify your life with the stroke of a pen. Take those old rules, crumple them and throw them out. We're burning that box right now. Mold breakers, movers and shakers. Don't ever silence your voice. Dream makers, risk takers. Don't ever silence your voice. If you think you were made just to blend right in, to avoid big mistakes or to tally your sins, you might get to the end doing nothing wrong, to find you never lived at all. Mold breakers, movers and shakers. Don't ever silence your voice. Dream makers, risk takers. Don't ever silence your voice. So take them all back now. Compromises were made so we'll never fall. Fear disguises being realistic. Yeah, we're stepping out of the shadows. Bone breakers, movers and shakers. To all the high stakes players, don't ever silence your voice. Dream makers, risk takers. Don't ever silence your voice. Your voice.
All right, so it kind of dawned on me that you may not be able to see exactly what I'm doing, and the melting process of this is really cool. The problem is that Nordic gold burns or melts at such a high heat that it's not really safe to bring the camera around. But you know what is? Pewter. That's right, pure pewter. They've made figurines and stuff like that out of pewter forever. It melts really fast. It's super easy. Just use some simple MAP gas. And I kind of wanted to give you a close-up so you can actually see it melt, because it's actually kind of attractive looking. So let's take a quick look at that. And I already got the sand cast up, so you don't have to see all that again. And we'll just walk through the temperatures and everything together. All right. The first thing we're gonna do is preheat our crucible. Think about our positioning, and I think I'm going to turn it this way. There we go. Alright, let's add our pieces. Bloop. Bloop. As fast as they don't have so much paint on them. Bloop. Melt that down. this point when we got a liquid, we're going to add a little flux to it just to help with the pouring and help get all this painted junk out of there. And we'll add a few more pieces. Boop. Boop. Get that nice and even up. We only need a few ounces. Clean out again. This is what you kind of saw me doing over at the forge a little bit. Get all this gunk out of there. If you pour this down in there, all it does, it doesn't hurt anything. It just creates these pockets and divots inside of your work, and it really makes it look good. Alright, we're going to pour. Look at that mirror finish. Nice smooth motion. Boom. Beautiful. Oh, let's put this on top of these guys over here. Might actually make a couple out of this. Alright, so we're not going to do the 12. We'll probably make a few out of this too. I'll save you that. We'll just skip to the ending. Okay. So this is what they kind of look like. You can see I kind of dazzled up the design a little bit. That's where we poured it in, filled it up. These are just vent holes. So what we're going to do now is we're going to break out the jeweler's tools and we're going to get these cleaned up. I always end up with something like that right there. I'm not sure why that happened. I don't know if I can work that out or not. So some of these may be kind of imperfect, but still cool. It's like pirate doubloons. So yeah. We can clean a couple of these up. Enjoy the tunes.
One day in, one day out, on top then you're down. The highs and the lows keep swirling. Walk these streets like you're beat, then rise up to meet the break that you need. It's coming, just hold on. Hold on, yeah. Lift your eyes off the ground, you've only begun. Rising up through the clouds, no, never give up. Climb on, climb. New York back to LA, it's so hard to stay and rest in one place. Yeah, but I see what you don't, will where you won't, so don't dare let go. Just hold on. Hold on, yeah. Lift your eyes off the ground, you only begun. Rising up through the clouds, no, never give up. Climb on, climb. You're comparing yourself, it's like a kiss of death. Instead of doing what you're doing, you get caught up in your head. Feet on the road with your eyes on the prize, inch by inch, one step at a time. You're losing hope when you can't find a way to speed up the timeline. But one day, though it might be a while, it's gonna be worth every mile if you just hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Just hold on. Yeah. Lift your eyes off the ground, you've only begun.
Alright guys, that's it. I'm calling it done on this one. Shined up, polished, and ready to go. We went through, what was it, like 80 grit sandpaper all the way up to 1500. And then you saw me polish it with some rouge over here. And we have two types of coins. We got the gold Blastin and Stashin coin. It's nice. Look at that reflection. That is so nice. And then we got one that's made out of pewter, right? You saw me kind of do that. It's kind of got this silver look to it. Blast and Stash. So there they are. So how many of these did we make? 5 of each. That's a little short of my 12 that I promised before. I don't know. If I have some more materials, I'll make up some more. But that's it. This is super fun to do. Now we got to figure out how or what. Well, you know, 3. Or I'm sorry, 2. 2 are going to Huey. One's going to Huey and one's going to Spectacular Spider Grandpa, of course. But who gets the rest of these? So definitely comment down below if you have a suggestion, some sort of contest or some little funny thing we can do. If you have a suggestion, I definitely want to hear it. I'm sure Huey would want to see it, seeing he's the boss and everything. But yeah, they're done. I'm calling this done, guys. All right, guys. I got nothing else. Bye.
Away, I ain't never afraid. I get up in the ride and slide over the vibe, and Rosarito, I know the key to surviving. I get enough head, no fuss, I'm dumb fed, no fuck with lump sums in the bank. The chunks fed fun, I'll make you wanna run up and get your cut of the bread back and stash the bundle of cash into your bed. I look good up in the wooded panel, could have been a surfer instead, and even mentally gone, I still be nodding my head. I'll be up going for bread after getting laid and making my bed. How do I feel now? You said, did you really want to know? Or would it be better to keep my personal shit on the low? Oh. Away, I ain't never afraid. I be laying in the crib, getting paid from the streams, daydreaming all day. I ain't never afraid. I be chilling by the beach for the day in the fleece. It be cold and shade, opening beer bottles up with my teeth, but my girl be like,
hey, don't fuck up your teeth. Use a bottle opener.
Gold and hopefully silver. Gold and silver, like a pirate. I love pirates. So that took a lot more out of me than I was expecting, but we finally got it. Ice cream. That's the ice cream, man. I gotta go get ice cream. Sorry. When we pour the hot metal into it, it can, you know, make a negative. It will make a negative in a hole. Blah, 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 blah.